Hi everyone, my name is Jazz Nicole and I am here with a very exciting masterclass for you all. So on my personal journey to financial freedom, I like to think of giving every dollar a job. And for all my spenders out there who tend to spend a lot of money when they get it, this concept will especially resonate with you. Every dollar, even before it hits my bank account, I know where it's going and I assign it a position. And each position benefits me in my life and contributes to my goal of financial freedom. So in this masterclass, we're going to be talking about how to pretty much assign every dollar a job so that eventually money will become an afterthought because of the work that you've done and your money has been working hard alongside you on your journey to financial freedom. First, I would like to say that I am not a licensed or registered financial advisor. Everything that I'm saying is based off of my personal experience and my personal research. So let me briefly explain what I mean by giving every dollar a job. Let's say that you have $2,000 coming in the next 2 weeks. Okay, you may even have a specific date of when that money is going to land into your bank account. You have $2,000 that you are going to be in control of. This is a great responsibility that also comes with a great opportunity. So in today's masterclass, I'm going to explain how you can maximize every dollar that you get. Maybe $1,000 is going to A. $500 is going to B. $300 is going to go to C, and the remaining $200 is going to go to D. So we are splitting up that $2,000 and we are assigning it 4 different jobs and giving it 4 different places to go. But in this masterclass, I'm going to actually teach you all 8 different places that your money can go. The first place and job for your money is your checking account. Now, unfortunately, it costs to live, breathe, eat, even sleep. Okay, you gotta have somewhere to sleep. So your checking account is going to be in charge of making sure that your needs are taken care of, aka your bills. So your checking account from here on out, I want y'all to think about your checking account job and sole job is to make sure that your needs are taken care of. I hope you all can see that. I'm going to use a different marker, a different blue marker from here on out. Your checking account is now known as your bills account. Only money that is allocated towards bills need to be held in your checking account. So if your bills are $3,000 a month, then you need to have $3,000 in your checking account at all times, or at least when that withdrawal comes out, okay? With this concept of giving every dollar a job, you want to get rid of the idea of just having money just sitting somewhere. No, it needs to be working for you. And so your checking account, this is where your automatic bill payments come out. Place number 2 to hold your money is a savings account, but more specifically, an accessible savings account. The only job for your accessible savings account is emergency funds. I want you to think about emergencies that come up realistically speaking. Now, don't dwell too much on this exercise because I don't want you to get into a fear spiral, but think about realistically what type of emergency can come up at the drop of a dime. What happens if a tire on my car pops and I need to replace my tire? Do I have $150 that I can access right now that's not coming from my bills account that I can pay for that unforeseen emergency? All right, think about 1, 2, maybe 3 emergencies that could come up at any time. Figure out how much that costs collectively, and that is how much you want to hold in your emergencies account. Your emergencies account needs to be an accessible savings account. And I'm stressing the word accessible because there are many different types of savings accounts. In some savings accounts, you cannot just easily go on your phone and transfer money from your savings to your checking. Some you have to actually go to a physical bank. So now you're dependent on bank hours and location. And what if you can't get to a bank? And you need to be able to access this money easily, quickly, just as quickly as the emergency happened. Choose an accessible savings account. This is usually something that is attached to your checking account with the same bank and on the same mobile app. All right, now that we've got your needs and your potential emergencies covered, now let's get into the fun part. Now let's talk about investing your money. And so I let you guys know that I'm going to teach you 8 different ways to give your money a job. And so we went over 2. Now there's 6 more to go. And all of them fit under the investment umbrella. Now we're going to talk about how can we be financially free, because just focusing on those 2 accounts and focusing on those 2 areas of our life, how much it costs to live and how much it costs to handle emergencies, that's not going to get us to where we want to be. Financial freedom comes from investing. Financial freedom comes from making your money work for you. So you know the amount of money that needs to be in your checking account every month, and you know the amount of money that needs to be in your emergency fund every month. Now I'm going to give you 3 different scenarios for thinking about how to invest the rest of that money. During this masterclass, we're going to be referring to someone that has $100 left to invest, $1,000 to invest every month, or $10,000 to invest every month. Now, before you get discouraged or feel like this is impossible, or you are nowhere near that right now, or maybe you're nowhere near $1,000 to invest every month and you only can fall under this tier right now, that is fine. Start where you are and believe where you're going, okay? All of these are different stages. You'll be surprised at how quickly starting here can get you to here, and definitely how quickly starting here can get you to here. All right, so when we're discussing investing, we're going to be talking about people that have an extra $100 to invest every month, an extra $1,000 to invest every month, or an extra $10,000 to invest every month. With that in mind, let's talk about the easiest way to invest your money, which is going to be job number 3 for your money, and that is a save it and forget it account. And we're just going to talk about this as its nickname, okay? That's what I like to call it. I like to think of it as a save it and forget it account. And basically what a save it and forget it account is, it's an account that invests your money, and you just put like a teeny bit in there every single month. And because you're putting a small amount, you want to make sure that the account is an investment account so that that money is growing. And it may seem slow, but slow and steady wins the race. You literally just send money to it. You can do this automatically or manually. I like to do it automatically because I do not want to think about this job. This job is on autopilot, all right? I do not want to have to think about this at all. Doing this manually kind of goes against the save it and forget it mantra, because you really want to forget that this little bit of money is going there every single month, right? You could hold this to retirement. You can hold this for 10 years, or you can hold this and remember this and go check on it when you're ready to buy a house in 5 years. And you're like, oh, snap, I got $3,000 to go towards furniture for my new house that I forgot that I even had. That's the purpose of the save it and forget it account. And luckily, there's a lot of different companies and apps and starter apps that are kind of centered around this concept. And so the one that I personally use is Acorns. Abbreviate this and I'll put Acorns. All right, so Acorns is a free app. Actually, I don't think they're free anymore. I think they're actually $3 a month. I think they have a free version, but I think the version I pay for is $3 a month. And basically, it does this for you. So I have automatic withdrawals that come from my bank account every Tuesday. You can choose the day. You can choose how much you want to go in there. And they invest it in the stock market for you. You can choose your investment tolerance. You can choose if you want them to invest it in moderate risk portfolios, conservative risk portfolios, or aggressive portfolios. It's up to you. They all have their different levels of risk. And I think I chose moderate. Investing does not have to be difficult or time-consuming. As a matter of fact, it may not look like it, but I'm currently investing right now. If you're looking for an effortless way to save and invest, meet Acorns, the app that invests your spare change automatically. You can set it up so that every purchase you make rounds up to the nearest dollar, and it invests the difference for you. Out of sight, out of mind. You can also set it up to where you choose a specific amount of money to be transferred weekly. It will automatically draft that weekly transfer for you and invest it for you. You can also analyze how much your money can grow with your current investment strategy if you continue it over the years. Sign up with my link, invest just $5, and Acorns will add another $5 to your account. Click the link down below to download the free app and get started. I will put a link for Acorns in this module. Now, when it comes to how much money you have at the end of the month to invest in these different strategies, I want to think about percentages, all right? For your save it and forget it account, 5%. 5%, where can I put this? 5% of your extra money is going to be going to a save it and forget it account. So if you have $100 left at the end of the month, that means $5 is going to be going into your Acorns account. $1,000, $50 is going to be going into your Acorns account. If you have $10,000 at the end of the month, $500 is going to be going to your Acorns account. All right, let's move on to the fourth place to store your money and give your money a job. The fourth place you want to put your money is a high yield savings account. So what is a high yield savings account? A high yield savings account is a savings account that earns you interest on your money. Yes, you earn interest on your money. You're not charged interest. So basically, this is free money, and they give you this money for storing your money there. There's a ton of different types of high yield savings accounts, but you want to choose one with a high APY, and APY stands for annual percentage yield. Basically, APY is the actual amount of compound interest that your savings account earns in a year. So the higher the APY number, the better. And one bank that has a really notably high APY is Capital One, and anyone can get this account. As far as how much money you're going to dedicate to this type of account is 10% of your excess money. So again, quick math, if you have $100 at the end of the month after your bills and needs are taken care of, then you're going to transfer $10 into your high yield savings account. If you have $1,000, you're going to transfer $100 into your high yield savings account. And if you have $10,000, you're going to transfer $100 into your high yield savings account. And it is easy to do all of these transfers at the end of the month, and a lot of them have the ability to just do automatic transfers for you. All right, so the fifth place to store your money is a moderate risk investment account. Now, how I mentioned before how there's different levels of risks, moderate risk investment account, what that means to me is this is going to be an investment account that you are investing in individual stock shares. So low risk is typically assigned to ETFs and mutual funds, which hold a ton of different stock shares under one stock symbol. So the risk is less because collectively speaking, all of the stocks are doing good. The stock market is overall doing very well. Now, it gets a little bit more risky when you decide to invest in individual stock shares because now you are putting your faith and your money in one company. However, individual stock share companies outperform these ETFs and mutual funds, grow so quickly, and they're not being dragged down by the rest of the companies in the ETF or mutual fund. What I like to do is I invest in tech companies. Tech is really, really big in the stock market, and it's only going to get even bigger. So I invest in the big guys. I don't do startups. I don't do brand new publicly traded companies. I don't do companies that haven't been around for a long time. I do the big guys. I'm talking Apple, Google, Nvidia, Amazon. All right, all these companies that you've heard of before. I'm talking about investing in those individually in my moderate risk investment accounts. For the moderate risk investment account, again, this is individual stock shares, and with so many companies now, you can actually get fractional shares. So let's say Google is $175 per share, but you don't have $175 to buy one share at the end of the month. You can buy a fractional share. However much you can afford, you can invest into that company. So you don't have to buy whole shares anymore. If you have $20 to spare, you can buy $20 worth of Google. You can buy $20 worth of Amazon. So there's literally no excuse to not be investing in the stock market, y'all. There's no excuse. And so you want to choose what brokerage you're going to go with. For the moderate risk investment account, I like something that's easy, all right, and also very user-friendly, something where I can get the stock shares quickly, something that also has automatic transfer, something where I can get my money out quickly if I need it. I can change, I can pivot. I don't have to call numbers to have them do things with my shares. I can do everything myself. So that means it needs to be beginner-friendly for most people. And so I would highly recommend Robinhood. Robinhood is not only all the things I just said, it's extremely user-friendly and beginner-friendly for you to buy, invest, and even trade on there. I mean, literally, it's the easiest investment app, and I'm a day trader by trade. No pun intended. So I've tried a lot of different apps. Robinhood is by far the easiest and most user-friendly app in the investment world, hands down, period. Anyone that's just getting into investing to download Robinhood, it is free. And if you use the link in this module, you will get free stock, all right? Just free stock, just to start you out, just for free. And after 3 days of settling, you can transfer that money if you want, but I don't recommend that. Let's grow it. So you can keep it in there or you can transfer it. So basically free money. No matter what company you decide to go with, what brokerage you decide to use, How much money are we going to dedicate to this? Well, again, working with percentages, 15% of your excess money should be going towards your moderate risk investment account. That means 15% of your extra money at the end of the month is making money for you. It's working. While you're sleeping, it's working. So if you have $100, $15 is going towards a stock share in your moderate risk investment account. If you have $1,000, $150 is going to be going into your Robinhood account. If you have $10,000, $1,500 is going to be going into your Robinhood account every single month. All right, y'all, we are almost done here. This is the 6th place that I want you to start allocating money towards, and this is a LEAPS account. So LEAPS is an acronym. It stands for Long-Term Equity Anticipation Securities. So they really got fancy with the A and P in this. LEAPS are simply stock option contracts that you hold for more than a year. They have an expiration date for at least a year out. So that's why it's more long term. And if you don't know what options are, I will get into that in the next point. But I really want to stress this one first because this is going to be another account that you are not going to be looking at often. Because you're going to be holding this for quite a while, I don't want you to get freaked out if you see that you're in a drawdown period. I also don't want you to get overly excited when you see that you're up a lot of money in this account and try to close out early, when if you would have just held this for the duration of the contract or just held it for just even a month longer or 2 months longer, this can really, really, really make you guys rich. I'll just go ahead and say it. LEAPS are one of the main strategies that the rich use to get wealthy. In the stock market world, we understand what LEAPS are, but if you're not in the stock option world, you may have never even heard of LEAPS. There's no such thing as an actual LEAPS account. What you have to do is sign up with a stock brokerage and buy LEAPS through them. So in the last point, I said that I use Robinhood as my brokerage for my moderate risk investments, which usually include just tech stock shares. For this strategy, I use Charles Schwab, which is also Schwab, which also used to be TD Ameritrade. So you may have heard of that. Charles Schwab is a major bank, and they've been around for a very long time. However, I just don't like their interface. I don't like their app, and I don't like their website. So that's why I choose them to hold my LEAP contracts, because it is an app that I don't like using, so I'm not going to go in there and check on this often. So that's why I use Schwab, but you can choose any broker. You can get LEAP contracts on Robinhood. You can get LEAP contracts on other brokers, but I want you to choose a separate brokerage that you only are holding LEAPs in, because I don't want y'all looking at this all the time because of the reasons that I already stated. Now, the one thing about LEAPs is LEAPs are not cheap. An average LEAP contract will cost you around $1,500 to $3,000 per contract for a quality LEAP style option. Quality is the key word. I'm keeping in mind that tier 1 and tier 2 cannot afford this yet. Tier 3 can. All right. If you have $10,000 that you are willing to invest, I highly recommend getting a good quality LEAP. But regardless of whether you can afford an entire LEAP right now, I want you to start saving towards it. Start putting money in that brokerage so that when you have enough money to buy a LEAP, and sometimes these LEAPs go on big sale, and that's the thing too. When the market goes down, these LEAPs go on sale. So those prices that I just mentioned could be half off on certain days. So you want to be able to pick them up when they go on sale like that. So I want you to have the money in the account and ready to buy. So the percentage that you'll dedicate towards a LEAPS account is going to be 20%. 20% of your excess money at the end of the month should be transferred over to your LEAPS account. So that is the 6th place for your money to go to start working for you. When making money and spending money, you cannot forget about taxes, but it doesn't have to stress you out. That's why I rely on Keeper Tax to keep my finances in order. Keeper Tax automatically tracks my expenses and finds tax deductions that I might miss myself. Whether I'm out shopping, getting coffee, or managing my business, Keeper Tax keeps everything organized. With Keeper Tax, I get instant notifications about tax deductions, so I never miss a chance to save. It's like having a personal accountant right in my pocket. No more stress about managing receipts or missing deductions. Keeper Tax makes it simple. For only $20 a month, try Keeper Tax today and take control of your finances. Focus on what you do best, living your life, and let Keeper Tax handle the rest. Click the link in the description to get started. All right, the seventh place that you're going to start dedicating money towards is a day trade account. Now, I mentioned that I am a day trader, so this is actually my area of expertise, all right? And so with day trading, it takes skill. It's not as easy as just transferring money somewhere. And even knowing what type of leap to buy takes at least knowledge, but not necessarily skill. With day trading, it takes skill, and it's not for everybody. I will let you know that right now, it's not for everybody. But if day trading has ever intrigued you, I do recommend at least learning more. Learning more, seeing if this is something for you, seeing if this is something you can grasp. I do have a course that teaches you how to trade 3 different financial markets: the Forex market, which stands for foreign exchange, the stock options market, and the futures market. So I will talk a little bit more about my course later, but regardless of who you decide to learn from, I want you guys to really start thinking about day trading. And you can day trade a few different ways. Scalp, which is to me the most difficult way to trade and the most annoying. I don't know another word to use. Scalping is not my favorite, but some people love it, absolutely love it. Then you have intraday. That's when you're buying and closing things out on the same day. So that's called intraday trading. And I do that the most often. And then you have swing trading, which I absolutely love. Swing trading is my favorite. Swing trading is when you may buy something on Monday and then close it out on Friday. So you're holding it overnight, you're holding it for some days. You hold it until it reaches your profit target. So people that have 9 to 5, really time demanding jobs, especially during the daytime, they like to swing trade. And in my personal opinion, swing trading is the easiest way to trade, but that is just a personal opinion. So like I mentioned, with day trading, you can day trade Forex, stock options, or futures. For the purpose of this masterclass, I'm going to speak about stock options, not only because that is my personal favorite, but also because it is the safest. And when it comes to financial freedom, you don't want to be super risky. Forex is very risky. Futures is pretty risky. Forex and futures give you crazy profits and crazy returns, but they can also give you crazy losses. So for most people that can tolerate moderate risk with still really good reward, I'm going to recommend stock options for trading. So for stock options day trading, the broker that I use is Webull. They have a desktop app, which I love, a mobile app, and a website. As you've noticed, I like to keep all my money separate, even if it's related to the same type of thing. My day trading account, my Leaps account, and my moderate risk investment account all use stock brokerages, but yet I have 3 different stock brokerages that I use for each strategy. I like to keep my strategies separate. I find that not only does that help with psychology, but that also helps with your returns, just to separate everything. So for my day trade account, I exclusively use Webull. Webull does have a promotion going on right now, so I will put a link in this module where you get free stocks, multiple stocks, for signing up with that link if you do not have a Webull account. And again, it is just free money. You can transfer your money out when you sell the stock. Now, how much money should you contribute to your day trade account? I would say 30%. 30% of your excess money. So if you have $100 left at the end of the month, throw $30 in there. And yes, you can trade stock options with just $30. There are $30 stock options. If you have $1,000, put $300 in there. If you have $10,000, you can trade with $3,000. Now, the thing about day trading is when you are transferring your money to your day trade account, the goal is to not withdraw unless you have to. So while you're making your profits and while you're getting these returns on your investment, the goal is to keep money in there so that you can continue to trade and you can trade with a larger balance. The more money you have to trade, the more money you can make. So that's the goal. But of course, if you need to transfer money out, you can at any time. But I want you guys to still think long term, even though this is a day trade account. So stock options day trading is my absolute favorite. However, it is not something that is easy. I'm not going to lie to y'all. It's not easy. But if you learn it, it is worth it. I have a 25-hour-long course called Market Money University, which goes over how to trade not only stock options, but Forex and futures as well. The majority of the course is teaching stock options because, again, that is my favorite. And I also trade that the most often, and I've also made the most money with that. So I'm really an advocate for trading stock options. The course is full video tutorial style content. I teach you every single thing perfect for beginners from A to Z. You should have no questions left after this course. Anyone that's ever taken my course does not complete the course with questions. It's that detailed, it's that structured. I have a 50-question quiz along the way to make sure you are grasping all the concepts. You also get access to my Discord group where we trade every single day. And the course proudly consists of over 200 lessons. And I also upload a Zoom call to the course every single week so you can stay up to date with the current market. So if that interests you, I do have a discount exclusive. That coupon code and the link to Market Money University will be in this module. Number 8, the last job for your money. And that is placing your money into a low-risk, long-term investment retirement account. And the company that I use as an entrepreneur is Fidelity because they have the option to do a solo 401k. Now, you may already have a retirement account with your job. So if you have an option to up your contribution, then I recommend doing that. The percentage that we have left is 10%. Not only is saving for retirement extremely important, but also taking control over how you save for retirement benefits you financially, and it also comes with tax benefits as well. In my course, I also have a tax strategy section, which is geared towards entrepreneurs and traders, but can work for anyone that wants to take control of their retirement accounts and use it to benefit them in the future and with taxes right now. But either way it goes, 10% of your money, the remaining excess money that you have at the end of the month, should be going towards your future. We're talking years down the line, all right? But make sure that the retirement account is investing your money and it's not just sitting there, all right? Because that is how you're going to Godspeed your level up, is by investing. So I hope that this course gave you some insight. I hope it got the gears turning and it made you want to at least look into some of this stuff more. That's definitely my goal here, is to let everyone know that financial freedom is totally possible and you can start now. Financial freedom is a journey. It is not an event. You can be working towards it now. It compounds. Everything just compounds on top of each other. If you are starting with $100 at the end of the month, using the strategies that I've taught you today, you'll be in the third tier, that $10,000 extra every month, in no time. What is 6 months in the grand scheme of things? What is a year in the grand scheme of things? This could be you in 6 months or a year if you take action now. So thank you all for joining me today. Check out the links that I have in this module, and happy investing, everyone.